We're going to repair the battery on a Game Boy cartridge. I'm using red version as a test, and it's not working, the save feature, and so you need a battery. You're going to need a CR2025. I believe you can also use CR2032s, but these are the batteries that are in the Game Boy, the 2025s. You're going to need something to open it. I'm using needle nose pliers. Electrical tape, this is required, and scissors if you want to cut it, and a sharp knife or something so you can pry open something. We're going to have to do something in here. I'm using a little tiny clip here. Alright, so let's begin. You're going to want to start by getting the needle nose pliers and taking the screw off the game, so just carefully just twist it off. Let me do it off camera. Just this step you don't really need to, I don't really need to show you because this is just removing the game. Not get the game, sorry, the screw. So let me just quickly do that. It's going up. Okay, here we go, it's coming up. Now, before you do this, I may warn you that you're doing this at your own risk. Your game could break. Well, not the game, but the save feature. You might break one of the tabs if you don't do it correctly or you don't do it carefully. So I'm just warning you. This is only if you know what you're doing, or you trust yourself, which is always good. But you know, if you don't think you can do it, don't do it, because you don't want to mess up your game. If anything, send it to a professional or someone that knows how to fix them, so that you don't screw up your game. So we got the screw out. So make sure you put that somewhere you know where you're going to find it. I'm going to put it in this little bowl I have here. Alright, so your first instinct is to pry it open, but you're not. You're supposed to slide it. Slide it down like that. They slide down, the games, and then you open it. And as you can see, we have the so that the fuck, this is what was in here shaking all these years. Alright, so it's out. Now to get the game out, just simply put it in your hand and it comes out. Alright, here's the part where you're going to be careful. We're going to get this tab off. The way you're going to do this is you're going to get, let me get up close so I can focus here. You're going to need to carefully, from the bottom, just pry it up. Make sure you don't damage the game. So only do it on this little battery. So yeah, you're going to want to pry it up. You want to pry this tab up. And the way how I do it is I do it both sides. You know, go to this side now, and as you notice, it'll begin to pry up. Do it very carefully. Put little force. You'd be surprised how fast this thing goes up. Alright, so there's two holes. If you see them, let me see if the camera wants to focus. Let me see if I can get a little further away. There's two holes here and here where they're like kind of like connected to the battery. So you're going to want to carefully try to take that up, just by shoving it in there and just lifting. Oh, the first one popped off, which is good. So just keep doing this, keep lifting it up. Eventually the entire tab is just going to lift off. Alright, here we go. See that? Hear that pop? It's off. So now the battery, you can lift this up, and we'll worry about straightening it out later. Now we lifted the first tab up. Let me see if it wants to focus. Doesn't want to focus. Come on. Oh, whatever. We got the first tab lifted off. So now you're going to want to lift the battery up, and there's going to be a second tab. So to get this one, just want to do it. You have to do it like this. So same thing, just put the whatever sharp object you're using and just start lifting. This one, I'm going to do this on the ground because I want to be more careful, because this one's actually soldered to something. So just, you know, I'm going to do it here for myself, but it's like the first one, you just got to be more careful. See, it's coming off. See, it's soldered on this, so that's why you gotta be careful on this one. This is the hard one, but it's nothing you can't do as long as you do it carefully. Alright, I'm beginning to lift it up now. It's going up. Alright. Alright, it's almost up. Hold on. Here we go. Alright, first one popped open. Alright, almost done. Alright, it popped open. So now we have 2 tabs lifted. So you're going to want to put the first tab down. Make sure it's nice and pressed down. So yeah, make sure it's all flat here. So if anything, just kind of like squish it down. Alright, so now that that's nice and flat, you're going to want to also flatten it. Let's just start getting, like some sort of tool and just making sure it's nice and flat. You're going to want to lift it up again. Lift it up. And now for the second one, do the same. Make sure it's nice and flat. So just keep doing that. So now both tabs are as good as they can be. That's good enough. Sorry, excuse me. I'm a bit sick. Get your electrical tape, and you're going to want to get that up. So get a little roll of it, or a little strip of it. Should we get enough right there, like that length, and cut it. And you're going to place it on, sticky side up, on the surface of the, right there, like that. So sticky side is up. Now you're going to want to put the small tab down. It's okay if it sticks to that. Now we're going to get our battery. Here it is. So here's the battery. Let's cut it out. Let's cut that out. Alright, here we go. I should have opened it earlier, but it doesn't matter. Alright, here we go. So, it needs to be positive side down. It needs to be like this, facing like this. We're going to put the battery there. Make sure it's nice and stuck. It's going to rock it. So make sure it's on the contact. Make sure they're making contact, which they are. And you're going to want to flatten it and put the other tab on it. Make sure it's nice and flat. Kind of squish it a bit. Make sure everything's nice. And you're going to very tightly, bring it around and make sure you squish it as hard as you can. Very tight, like that. And there. They should be making contact. If anything, squish it for a while, and if you want more reassurance, just put it on the roll of tape over and make sure it's nice and tight. But that should be enough. So make sure just kind of squish it in for a bit. Not too hard though. Alright, so that should work. So to put it back, just simply slide it back on. You gotta line up the little squares, by the way, little squares with the holes, like that, and it goes back in like that. Slide. The game's perfectly fine. So now let's test it out. Put it in the Game Boy. Let's see if I get the Nintendo sign. Yep. Alright, let's see if it worked. I'm gonna pause the video because you don't want to see this part, so. Alright, so there it is. Continue. It worked. As you can see, the beginning of the video I did show you it's the same red version, by the way. As you can see, we turn it off just for proof. I'll lift it out. See, the screw's not in yet, so it is the same one. So I know someone's gonna be like, oh, this is fake, just in case, you know, because there it is. So it works. Just for proof, because you never know if someone's skeptical. This does work. I'm going to put it back in the Game Boy so we can test it out again. Let's see if I get the Nintendo sign. Yep. You never know who's watching any. You know, if someone's skeptical, just I want to show them that I'm being legitimate here. There it is. Continue. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.